8 emails, including correspondence between Trump lawyers Kenneth Chesebro, John Eastman, and others, became public Wednesday via a Dropbox link attached to public court documents. The emails reveal Trump's attorneys crafting a scheme in which they appeared to believe U.S. Supreme Court Justice Clarence Thomas would agree to block certification of the 2020 presidential election results, even if just temporarily, to allow the public to doubt the results were legitimate. Let's take a look at CNN legal analyst Norm Eisen as he breaks down the implications of the newly public emails.
We know that Clarence Thomas had a completely alternative view of the law and the universe. He said that it was befuddling and inexplicable that the Supreme Court did not intervene to investigate these completely bogus, legally and factually unfounded claims. So they saw correctly that he was an ally. And then, of course, there are the questions about his conflicts involving his wife, Ginny Thomas. In any other court in the country, under federal law, a judge who had a spouse who had been advocating a position in this completely illegitimate attack on the election, which has been characterized by another court, federal court in California, as an attempted coup that is likely criminal. Any other judge would have to recuse. In the Supreme Court, you know who makes that decision? Clarence Thomas. That doesn't make sense in a democracy. As somebody who's practiced ethics for more than 3 decades, who's advised President Obama and other public officials on this, he should not have heard that case, and he should not be hearing anything relating to January 6th today.
Politico's Kyle Cheney, who was one of the first to break the story on Wednesday, sums up the scheme, stating Chesebro made the plan explicit. Get any remotely favorable ruling from a federal judge, not to win outright, but to embolden GOP state legislatures, Congress, or Pence to reverse the results. Politico's reporting includes copies of the redacted emails, including those from Trump's attorney, which stated, "If we can just get this case pending before the Supreme Court by January 5th, ideally with something positive written by a judge or justice, hopefully Thomas, I think it's our best shot at holding up the count of a state in Congress," Chesebro wrote in an email. Legal analysts are weighing in on the newly released emails. Richard Signorelli, a former assistant U.S. attorney for the Southern District of New York, blasted both the Supreme Court justice and his far-right wing activist wife, Ginny Thomas, stating they had a damn insider on the Supreme Court who they thought would help them overthrow our democracy. He's married to a deranged MAGA cult member. He won't even recuse himself. Former Harvard constitutional law professor Lawrence Tribe jumped in on Twitter, stating, "We now learn that Ken Chesebro saw Justice Thomas as Trump's only chance to stop the 2020 election from being duly certified. Such abhorrent abuse of an attorney's license to practice law should be strictly disciplined and perhaps criminally prosecuted." Calls for Justice Clarence Thomas to recuse himself from cases relating to the January 6th insurrection and the search and seizure at former President Trump's Mar-a-Lago residence earlier this year have been voiced for months now, with no action from Thomas. It is unclear if the release of these emails will change his course of action at all. Either way, this does not ease the rising political tensions leading up to the midterm elections, which will be held next week on November 8th. Thank you for watching Raw Story TV. Please be sure to visit us at rawstory.com, stay informed, and tap below to take action by liking, subscribing, and joining all those who like their news raw.